In this module, we are going to see how to apply or use R for sample size determination. In clinical trial or any epidemiological research, sample size determination is the most important area or need to be considered first for any study initiation. It is to be noted that once we define the primary endpoint of any study, based on the primary endpoint, we have to calculate the sample size. For example, we want to do a study on diabetes, specifically type 2 diabetes, in a specific population. To conduct that study, we have to calculate some sample size. That sample size can be built up with some few prior informations of prevalence of diabetes in other area or area located nearby that our area of interest is. If not, then some other published articles, literature can be taken to get idea about the prevalence of type 2 diabetes. That prior informations with some assumptions that build to generate the null hypothesis is useful to generate our sample size determinations. There are other important inputs like type 1 error, power are also important to be considered for sample size calculations. In this module, we will illustrate in different study design how to calculate sample size. This is our subject module objective, how to perform sample size calculation in R. Here we are going for one example. Given a group of means, that is 30, 32, 37 and 40, where we are having 4 groups, and groups are mean 30, 32, 37 and 40, having exponential error variance with 5 square, that is 25, with level of significance 0.05, having test power with 0.9, and what should be the sample size calculation. So we will go illustrate this thing. Determining sample size, where mu is assigned as group means with A equals to 30, B equals to 32, C equals to 37 and D equals to 40, having variance of mu as 20.91 calculated. Now second step, scenario 1, to find out the sample size, where power dot ANOVA dot test is functions is useful. Without having any R library, we can calculate these functions to calculate the sample size, where it is assigned as groups equals to 4, that is number of groups we are having here, and between variance between dot var is assigned as variance of mu, var of mu. Within variance is assigned as within dot var equals to 5 square 2, that is 25, given as variance 25. Sig dot label is assigned at 0.05. If we assign it, it will take significance with 0.05, otherwise we may assign something else also. By default are considered as it is as 0.05, and power also considered as equals to 0.90. It can also assign as 0.80 or something other values as power, and this slide is giving the result where power calculation has been done, and the sample size is observed for each group as 6.71. that as we can consider 7 individual sample for each groups, and groups equals to showing as 4. Between variance is observed as 20.91, and as a given we have given that within variance is equals to 25, where significance level is considered 0.05 with power 0.9. So this is one example where we can calculate sample size, and sample size is obtained as small n, and we get it as 7. Now if we increase the power from 0.9 2.95, then we can increase our sample size, or if we decrease our power, then our sample size can also decrease. If we increase the significance level from 0.05 to 0.01, then again there is a sample size will increase. So based on our feasibility of study, we can increase or decrease our significance level and as well power to get our desired sample size. Now we will go for another scenario. This is result observed for power.ANOVA.test, where again we are using groups equals to 4 equals with sample size for each group equals to 5, and between variance is assigned as variance for mu, that we have assigned as mu is equal to assigning for 4 groups mean value, and within variance is assigned as 25. Now these functions called power.ANOVA.test will give us this, what was the power assigned to calculate the sample size. Let's go goes to the R output. This is the R output. It shows that with groups 4, n equals to 5, that is our sample size we assigned prior. Between variance will be 20.91 and within variance be 25, and the significance value by default as 0.05, then power will be 75%, that is 0.75. So that I mentioned earlier slides that based on our feasibility or our possibility of the sample size calculation, we can increase or decrease power. So here alternatively we can assign our desired sample size, and based on that we can also calculate what could be the power for that sample size. Here we had assigned sample size as 5, and you use the function called power.ANOVA.test, and as a result we got the result with power 75%. So if we again increase the power, then as a trial and error method we can take another sample size and get the possible power for that. Now coming to another package, that is library with PWR. This package is useful to calculate the power as well as to calculate the sample size. In this package we will use the function called pwr.t.test, where as a d equals to 0 minus 5 given by 5 will be assigned. So basically this test is useful as a paired t-test. So this sample size will come as a product of paired t-test, where if we consider as a type equals to paired and alternative as a two-sided, and again we are assigning significance level here, you can see as 0.05. so it will give us the sample size as n equals to 12.58, that can be taken as nearly 13 sample size. So where d equals to showing as equals to 1 because it's coming 0 minus 5 by 5. So you are having number of 5 individuals and mean groups observed from first to second visit as 0 to 5, then the difference between 0 to 5 divided by number of individuals can give us the d value, and based on the d value here we are getting 1, we are getting the sample size 12.58 for this study. So this is another way to calculate the sample size when we are having to follow up study, and we want to expect that what should be the difference between pre and post observation study, then the pre and post observation mean value followed by divided by their number of individuals, we can divide and we can get these with the sample size calculations. This is a quite easy way to calculate sample size. One thing very important to be considered, that for study sample size calculations, study design is need to be considered first. For different study like prospective study, retrospective study, like cross sectional study, case control study, sample size calculations procedure changes. So however, in this slide we will give some little example, simple example, but study to study the clinical trial was it's keep on varying, so we have to keep in mind first what is our study design. Now we will go for another example where power has been changed. Earlier as power was 0.95 and now here we are considering power is equal to 0.85. Again significance level is considered as 0.05 with type of paired and an alternative as 2 dot sided. Here we are getting sample size as 11.06, so it's quite reduced in comparison to other one where D has not changed, it was still 1. Significance value also not change, only the power value changed from 0.9 to 0.85 and you can see our sample size decrease. So if we decrease our power value, then it is obvious that our sample size value will decrease. Now again 0.85 to 0.8 we have considered here and others values are same. D equals to 0 minus 5 by 5 is considered. Significance level is considered as 0.05 with paired type. So here alternative type is considered 2 dot sided. So here this alternative equals to 2 dot sided can be changed and replaced as 1 dot sided. So one of the interesting thing is that in sample size calculations we do considers these two-sided or one-sided. If you consider one-sided, then generally sample size will be lesser than considering the 2 dot sided, because it is assumed that the assumed sample size is maybe more than or less than to calculating the sample size. So in that scenario, two-sided test or two-tailed test give us more sample size than one-sided or one-tailed test. So here there is a provision to call alternative equals to 2 dot sided. We can also change this 2 dot sided as 1 dot sided, and you can try it and get and definitely we will get less sample size, as here we are getting 9.93, we can get lesser than 9.93. So based on this our power, here we are reduced our power. Earlier was 0.9, then we reduced to 0.85, now we are reduced to 0.8, and also see the sample size keep on reducing one by one. Now again we increase our sample size by increasing the power equals to 0.9 and significance level from 0.05 to 0.01 with type equals to paired and alternative is equal to 2 dot sided, that giving us as 18.30. So see, initially our sample size was when our sample size calculated with power is equal to 0.9 and significance level with 0.05, then we got sample size with 12.58. But now in this we didn't just change sig dot label as 0.01 from 0.05, so it increased, and in sample size also increased from 12.58 to 8.30. Now we will reduce this power from 0.9 to 0.85, and then again sample size again here reduced from 18 to 16.46. So it's depend, means it's a basically the optimizations to get the optimum sample size by inclining one hand significance level and declining one hand power, and one hand, another term inclining power, declining the significance. So this way to getting the optimum sample size can be possible. So here we are getting sample size again 16.46 with significance level 0.01 and power with 85%, having alternative 2 dot sided. Now again we reduced our power from 8.5 to 0.80, and again it reduced from 16 to 15.08. Other things are same, so it's reducing. Now we are going for another scenario where we are having sample size. Now based on the sample size, we want to find out what can be the desired power. So here see the D has been replaced from equals to 0 minus 5 by 5 to 0 minus 5 by 10, and n equals to 35 is considered with significance level 0.01. Again type equals to pair has been considered, and alternative is equal to 2 dot sided is considered. So based on that we are getting our power as 59%, 59.3%, that is coming as 0.5939348. so it's quite less. So generally it is not accepted in sample size calculations the power should be so less. General tendency is to accept the fact that power is 0.8 to 0.9 rely, and also significance level lie between 0.9 to 0.99. so that is significance level standing from 0.01 to 0.1 at the most. So this is the another scenario where we can get our sample power value by adjusting our desired sample size. Now we reduced the alternative dot sided to less. Now it is also applicable as one sided, then our power increased from 0.59 to 0.69. so 10% increase in the power value is observed when you have shifted from two sided to one sided. In this module I have illustrated application of R for sample size calculations. It is to be noted the sample size calculations changes from study design to study design and study objective to study objective. We have to build a proper hypothesis before calculation of sample size. Sample size can be negotiated based on your feasibility, and that negotiation can be done through incline or decline the power as well, incline or decline the level of significance.